you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. All right. Let's talk about sex.
Hey y'all, welcome to Queer Spaces Jace. I'm gonna be holding my phone the whole time. Do you like my rainbow floral dick blanket? It's from lookhuman.com. It was like $100. It's great, and it's warm, and it's like a 60 by 80 inch, just like my dick. So I got a question or like a topic idea about sex with trans guys. It was the DM in my Instagram box thing. And it says, it would be cool to talk about sex in my opinion, you know? Maybe talk about how sex works as a trans guy and how you go about it. Because obviously there's fake peens, parentheses, strap-ons, but when you bring up sex with a new person and all that. Okay, so forewarning, I'm going to be talking briefly about sexual assault and consent and communication and dysphoria, and a little bit about bottom surgery. And I know that a lot of trans, non-binary, or agender people also follow me on like my Instagram or here. So I'm going to try and be inclusive and say trans folks instead of trans guys, but this is mostly in relation to AFAB trans people. I just like to restate and re-clarify that not every trans person has the same transition or the same goals and wants the same things. Every trans person has their own boundaries, wants, and needs, and I may be talking in terms like I'm saying all trans people who are AFAB, but I mean more stereotypically. I am not saying all. My personal perspective and my personal opinion and my wants and my needs and my experience also.
Let's talk about sex, baby. All through the night, I'll make love to you like you want me to.
Some people like to be penetrated, some people like to penetrate, and for trans AFAB folks who have not had bottom surgery, being phalloplasty, which is the bottom surgery type where essentially you like have a penis that looks like a cis man's penis created, versus medioidioplasty, which is basically just taking your lower growth and like extending that a little bit more. There is that for people who have had bottom surgery. You can do phalloplasty and penetrate someone that way, or you can have strap-ons, so like fake peens, like packers that are also for play or something of the latter. I've never owned strap-ons because I'm a bottom and I'm a twink, and a lot of twinks are bottoms, but there are websites like Rodeos that sells like underwear for like packing and STPs and pack and plays and things like that. And there's Early to Bed too, the New York Collective, and those are 3 websites that I do know of that sell toys. There's also like pack and plays and like 4-in-1s, 3-in-1s, whatever, like Real Magic, I believe, and I think maybe MSL has some products. I'll include these links down below. Some people have dysphoria around terms associated with genitalia or like parts of like the female body and shit, and I am one of those people. Some people refer their lower junk as terms relating to female anatomy. Some people... Do I taste good? Am I looking like a snack? Some people relate their lower junk to like male, like cis male terms. I have had my first partner do that and call my lower junk dick or like cock, and like I just don't like it. It feels very weird to me. I've been with a cis person, I've been with a trans person. I don't really know what I like my stuff, my body parts being called. I just don't call it anything, honestly. I just avoid those terms altogether, both male and female terms. There's chest, that's what I call up here, or my chesticles. I don't call it, you know, the other terms. Some people are triggered by PUSSY, VAGINA, CLIT, BREAST, BOOBS. I am triggered by the words relating to your top part of your body. Not so much the bottom part, but I don't like it when people like are like, oh, so you have this, and it's like, why does it fucking matter to you unless I'm going to do something sexual with you? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. And some people are tops, some people are bottoms, some people like to be penetrated, some people don't. You can have it in your hole as like an AFAB person, or like you can have it anally. It's whatever you want. Communication is a very important thing. Look at him, he's so cute. Ah, Sven, you're the fucking cutest. Huh? Well, hi pal, I'm Mickey Mouse. That is the voice I use in the bedroom. Cause I'm in my bedroom. Communication is a very important thing. It also kind of like opens the lines for, hey, you should not do anything to your trans partner without their consent. My first ex-partner, who was a cis man, the very first time that we did anything sexual or like that he tried to or whatever, I was like, my chest is off limits, you cannot touch that. I am very dysphoric about my chest, and so sometimes I would wear a binder. Most of the time I would wear my shirt, actually every time I wore my shirt, but sometimes I would take my binder off and keep my shirt on, but like I never wanted my chest to be touched because my chest is the most dysphoric place in my body. And so I find cis people very problematic in regards to like sexual relations, and I am not the first person to have said that because I have talked to so many other AFAB trans folks, and they have said that so many cis people have like disregarded their words and like went ahead and did stuff both pre-T and now, and like I've been assaulted pre-T and I've been assaulted in my transition, and I've hooked up with a guy who was cis, or who is cis, and he was like, oh yeah, I don't care if you're trans, and then afterwards he's like, there are only two genders, like transgender doesn't exist, and it's like, I mean, you have to be cautious because there are a lot of cis men who just want to be with you for like the fetish, which is creepy as fuck. Grindr for trans guys, when you like guys, it's emotionally draining because you have to deal with like all this shit, like the transphobic shit. Cis men can be really problematic. I know that from being pre-T and being sexually harassed and sexually assaulted by cis guys more than once, both in my pre-transition and during my transition. I was assaulted by my first ex because he would not listen to my words and he always touched my chest, and that was the first thing that I said. The first time he touched my chest, I told him that it was off limits, or when his hands were going towards there, I told him if it was off limits, and he just didn't listen to me all of those whatever times. Try to have safe words. If you can't muster up the courage to say safe words, then I would suggest doing like taps. So like tap on the bed, like once is like slow down, twice is stop, or something like that, because sometimes it's really hard for you to ruin the moment or say those words. Personally, for me, anytime that I am with someone, I always wear my chest binder, or I always bind in some sort of way, because I bind in two ways. I bind with binders, mostly Jisoo TB, but I do have another binder that's like the bearskin binder from Flaunt Streetwear, and it's looser, but like I don't prefer that one for like sexual relations with people. I would prefer my GC2B one because it's harder to take off for other people and for me. And I don't want anyone to cross my boundaries because it's happened before. Cis men don't usually ask me what I like or what my boundaries are. They just auto-assume.
Humor for trans guys, hashtag relatable.
Then eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a fucking dick like this. Put on your dick eating gloves. Get ready to gobble a dick up. If you don't like this dick, bitch, eat a dick, bitch.
There have been times where when I was with my first ex, I would take my binder off but leave my shirt on. I would keep my binder and my shirt on. I would just keep my binder on, which is like usually a half tank. I would keep KT tape on under my shirt. I would never ever take anything off from my chest because I felt so dysphoric, and everyone feels dysphoric differently. It's really important to not trigger your partner, your trans partner, during like any type of intercourse or anything like that, anything sexual. Just always ask them, consent, communication, ask what their boundaries are, you know, it's just really important. I don't really know how to end this, but hopefully that helped. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is just general information. But thanks for watching.
Hump me, fuck me. Daddy better make me show. You better hump me, fuck me. My tunnel loves a deep throat. Lick, 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 lick. I wanna eat your dick, but I can't fuck up my nails. So I'ma pick it up with chopsticks. Mouth wide open, mouth wide open, mouth wide open like I was at the dentist. Mouth wide open, mouth wide open. Put it so deep I can't speak a sentence. Mouth wide open, mouth wide open, mouth wide open like I was at the dentist.